Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Falcons Corner. Voice of the Falcons, Mike Rickert. Good guy to know. Co-host Danny Berg. Turn to Tom, SID.
Yeah, I was just thinking he clapped. Remember back in the old days we got the point?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't by Tom, but
yeah,
I was just thinking. I don't know why I just thought of that.
We used to get a clap and a point sometimes too.
3, 2, 1.
No, it's all right.
Oh, it was the.
Yeah, one of those. Yeah.
But he's super.
But you're left-handed. Everything's
rock, paper, scissors.
Everything's messed up though because you're left-handed. yeah. So that's it stuff too. So, all right. So we could wrap up one season and look forward to the continuation of one.
Sure.
So you were in Delaware.
Was in beautiful Georgetown, Delaware, for softball region championships last weekend, and it was beautiful. I mean, it was every bit of 87 degrees with a real feel of 95. And,
right.
You know, the beach was good to me in between games.
Unfortunately,
our softball team, two losses. The first game, they Del Tech. I thought that they were the best team I could see fielding the entire year.
Right.
But at points we were able to get it in. But I think they hit 4 home runs that game. And they were monstrous ones. I think when I was, keeping everybody up there, I'm like, it wasn't a home run. Like, that was a bomb.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, my goodness. They competed well. They never gave up, though. I mean, they got the bulk of their runs
right back.
And that's the way they are.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, but they ran into a tough Del Tech team that morning, playing in temperatures that they're not typically playing in, right? And then they didn't play again until after 4 o'clock that day. So just it is, and I know with baseball we have the 2 fields, and I just think that single field for softball, even though those games go a little bit quicker,
right.
I'm hoping that maybe they can start trying to get a second field and just try to kind of keep it common, because you're really sitting around for another 4 or 5 hours. It just makes for a long day for everybody, especially if you have the next day, you know. But the second game, they got paired up with Morris. Morris, I thought we matched up well with them, but again, they were the only team in conference that swept us during the year. Yeah. So, they kind of had our number. It was back and forth. We were down 3-0, and then we came back, went ahead, I think 5-3. And then in the 6th inning, there was a couple errors. I wasn't there for that part. We had a little bit of an injury, to one of our girls. She separated her shoulder, so quick run to the hospital.
Nice of you.
And you do. That's why you go.
That's right.
That's why you go. Coaches can't leave, Right, and Ryan was down there as our athletic trainer, and they had EMS from Del Tech, and they called for a quick little ambulance ride to Bean Hospital in Lewes, Delaware.
Did you go in the ambulance?
I did not go in the ambulance. I met them there. They got there well before me. A little bit of traffic that time of day. People going to the beach. Right. The prior mention of 90+ degrees. But got there, and then her mom met there, and I went back. I pulled in the parking lot as the game was over. But I still think it was a great season. For the girls. You know, I mean, to be able to get down there and compete, and it was awesome softball. Like, there was really good softball that was played there. Even when we didn't play, like, I stuck around to see Morris and Mercer. So kudos to Coach Pitzman and his girls. And you worked with them all year. You know how dedicated they are. Great group of kids. Some tears leaving the field, which is always tough to see. And then some that said, don't. I heard we'll get back. We'll be back next year, and we'll win it for you. So, like, they really do have a great team chemistry there, which is awesome.
I know. I was watching the second game when I got home, and I saw that we put a runner on third base with 1 out, and then it just started. The stream just didn't. do anything.
So I was
like, "What? Seriously? Are you kidding me?" Like, Madison McVicker was on third base,
top
with a tying
of the 7th,
run, and I'm like, "All right, we got something going here." I was like, "Then it's just that."
Same, and I'm
like, what?
I'm listening to it on the ride back, and I was getting updates from Ryan, and I know she got on first. She stole second over full throw. third, and then it went out on me on the pop fly to left field, and like she didn't tag, and I'm like, all right, and then it's like, oh, second out, and then Ryan said game over as I was turning left off the Seaford Highway or whatever it was, the Sussex Highway, and I'm like, oh, okay. Yep. Well, here we are. Hi, girls. But a great season nonetheless.
Right. Yep. So we want to thank our graduating players, especially the couple that have been here for an extra year or so.
Yeah. God bless the COVID year. We got them.
Yep. And then, we'll miss them, but they have a bright future ahead of them. And we look forward to our returning softball players and especially some, new recruits that Coach Pitt brings.
He already has and bringing in. And, it's interesting too. I was, Kira Ryan's dad was there, and he goes to a lot of the games, and Emily Dickinson's dad came in from Oregon. And I asked him where Kira was going, and he said she's staying. Yeah, she loves the school that much, and he said that last year how much she really enjoyed her time here. Right, hoping to maybe get an RA position, but come back and get her bachelor's degree here, which is really really cool. I'm trying
to convince Kira to play volleyball.
Okay,
she's not going for it.
Okay. Maybe she's going to hang up.
She's never played volleyball. Yeah, she's never played volleyball before. It's like, it's a short season. Coach Shelby could always use some new people, and she'll work with you because she's athletic. And
it's real. But just hearing that they want to stay here because she really likes it and enjoys the college and stuff. So that's awesome to hear, and it means that I know that the institution and we are doing things right, especially our coaches.
Yeah.
So
good, awesome. All right, so best of luck to our graduating players. Congratulations on a great year to Coach Pitzman and all the ladies and his assistants. They'll be back next year.
No doubt.
Awesome, good. And then baseball is still playing.
They are.
Yeah, so they are
Region 19 champs.
3-0.
Coach McCary, are you back there?
He is not.
Oh, who came back?
That was Coach Pitzman.
Coach Pitzman.
Yes. Coach McCary is probably getting ready for practice.
Oh, okay. I didn't look to see who came in. I just heard some noise.
Yes. So. 3-0 over the weekend.
Impressive.
Yeah, like I said, well-played baseball games. Like I said, the first two games were close. We faced, a tough pitcher in game one, Ryan Devaney from, Morris, who was undefeated coming into the year and already beat us, at their place. So that was a hard-fought, close battle, 4-2 win. And then, we were able to win the next two. It was nice.
A lot of runs.
A lot of runs on Saturday for the championship.
It's funny. I thought Friday was... and I guess you could expect this knowing everyone's throwing their 1-2.
Right.
Was a lot tighter in terms of runs scored and, people trying to get run. Like, it was really well played, really close, really tense. And then Saturday, you're into the back of your bullpen a little bit. Deltec wins 12-4 over Sussex. It's a couple home runs. And then obviously, wins the region championship 15-2. 3 home runs, 15, 9 innings, 15-2.
Right.
It got a little out of hand, but before that on Friday, I was just really, I don't want to say surprised, but just impressed with how tight everything felt, how close every game felt.
Yeah, and like I said, Aiden Starn started us off in, game 1 against Morris. Kyle went game 2, and then little bullpen action in game 3.
Right.
But Ty Morris really coming in and giving a lot of length out of the bullpen on the Saturday. So we only used I think 6 or 7 dudes over the course of the weekend. So
pitchers per game.
Right.
Okay.
Shout out to
good rest.
The pitching staff. Yeah, like I said, they're well rested, ready to go into this weekend because a bunch more games. But offensively, we're led by on Friday. Devin Pierce. No, Dennis Pierce. I say Devin all the time.
Yeah, Dennis.
It's Dennis Pierce with back-to-back
back
bombs.
And healthy, right?
3 for 3, had a double in there against Deltec. Got us going, and then Saturday we were carried by Eric Ludwick with his back-to-back home runs.
Big numbers out of him.
Yeah,
and Eric's also our athlete of the week.
He is. So congratulations to Vaughn, Eric Ludwick for athlete of the week. We don't know if we'll be talking to him or not because they are awfully busy, with practice and stuff. They don't have class now though, so how busy
that
are
does
you?
Free up so a little bit of time,
right? So, but looking forward to another great action.
District championship. I don't even know what we are. I think we're the East District, which makes sense.
Right.
We're not the Gulf Atlantic, in wrestling, but we are the East District. They restructured again at the beginning of this year. Previously, we were always involved with a single team, either out of always Region 20 or recently Region 3. But it's a district of 4 teams. It's not a best-of-3 series. It's similar to last weekend, double elimination tournament. So on Friday, we're back at it with teams at 11 and 3.
Yep, and same spots, right? So we'll be home at 11 down at Scranton High School. You'll be or not you will be, but Penn State Scranton.
Someone will be at Penn State Scranton. So we'll be hosting UConn Avery Point.
Yes,
at 11.
It's funny that all 4 teams, well, the 3 teams including us, we've played all 3 teams this year.
Yes.
So we split against UConn Avery Point, 2-2, and then beat Sullivan in our one match with them.
I thought we played them twice.
We were going to go out to play them, but their field wasn't.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. And then Del Tech, obviously a Region 19, opponent who we faced in the Region 19 final. So familiar opponents,
which is why you play them early, especially a little bit earlier. And they're the good. You're playing. You want to play the best, and it turns out they're the best.
Right. Coach McCary had set the schedule with the thought in mind. He wanted to play teams who were going to be good or new team. Played a Region 15 champion.
Right.
Played UConn Avery 27-9 on the year. Obviously, Delaware Tech runner up.
Right.
To Region 19. So those are 3 playoff teams that he played for the course of the year that now have come back in the district championship.
Right. And we need to mention, if we win the district, or whoever wins the district championship, advances to the NJCA Division II World Series.
World Series, back out in Enid, Oklahoma again. They got the bid for another couple years. And, anything can happen, but, we got some depth in the pitching department.
Right.
Got to get that run support. But it's the same setup, like I said, Friday 11-3.
Yep.
And then Saturday also 11-3. Again, end of day one, someone's eliminated.
Yep.
2 teams are 1-1, and 1 team's 2-0. So hoping the weather holds out. Looks like 40% chance of rain on Saturday right now with the cool down. But it's also Monday, so you never know.
Right.
And thank you to Penn State Scranton again for being very hospitable neighbors. And giving us the go ahead. It's good to work with the local colleges.
Yeah.
They had a little bit of a late start with their volleyball season last year. Their court was getting done, and it didn't finish up. So who knew that
it worked out beautifully?
It worked out that their gym floor did not work.
Yep.
And the favor is being repaid. So it makes for a lot less stressful situation looking for an additional field. Yeah, it is.
They did a nice job up there. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
Big scoreboard, big fences and everything. Really well.
Tom's just saying that because it's Matt McGoin Field and he's a Penn State guy. So that's if it was,
I would say if it was Danny Berg Field.
Oh, that's the same too. Sure, whatever. But if it was Ron Powell's field,
I'd say it.
All right, whatever. All right.
I call fields by what they're called.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, but LackawannaFalcons.com/live for action at Scranton High School with our Falcons, and then our opponents.
Yep.
Will be live streamed also. We do both.
You
So
got
best
it.
of luck to baseball, this weekend. We'll take a break. Maybe Eric, maybe not. We'll see.
Yep.
All right, and then play your back-to-back commercials because I know you like to play 2 commercials.
I know. Make the viewers
Yes.
crave.
Well, they could just skip right past them. That's kind of what I do.
I don't think they should be allowed to.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back in the Falcons Corner. Take a fight.
Each one of us has a dream. The challenge in today's world is how to achieve it. Now, more than ever, that's the case. Don't fall behind on your dreams or your college education. You can take your general education classes in English, math, and social science locally at Lackawanna College. Our credits transfer to most colleges so you won't fall behind. Call Lackawanna College today to find out how you can stay home, stay safe, and still pursue your college education. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
Hey, it's Tom Ferguson, Sports Information Director with Lackawanna College, and we're here with our Lackawanna College Athlete of the Week, Eric Ludwick from Lackawanna College Baseball, joining us on this week's Falcons Corner. Eric, thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations on a big weekend for you and for the team. I mean, how did it feel to get those 3 wins this past weekend and clinch the region championship?
Thank you, and it felt really good, especially getting those 2 wins on Friday. It just felt really good going into Saturday.
Yeah.
And then the pitchers pitched really well all weekend, so it took a lot of pressure off us as hitters.
Well, that was one thing that in our discussions for Athlete of the Week I had mentioned as well, was that you hit those 2 home runs against Delaware Tech, ended up with 7 RBI on the weekend in the 2 games you played, but the pitching staff wasn't necessarily that one person stood out over the other, but used 6 pitchers altogether throughout all 3 games and kind of kept things to where eventually you guys could catch them up and get those runs you needed to win. I mean, that and how huge is that to have that on a tournament weekend like that?
Yeah, no, it was awesome. Especially catching them, you get to see exactly what they're doing and calling the pitches, and it just makes it so much easier.
Right.
You can trust that they're going to do what you're asking them to do.
Right. So you got let's go through your weekend. You were named tournament MVP and you won Athlete of the Week because you had the 2-run double in the game against Morris. You guys are trailing 2-1 in the 6th. You hit the 2-run double to take the lead, and then a couple home runs the next day in the championship game against Delaware Tech. Let's go back to the Morris game. Their pitcher, who gave you guys some trouble earlier in the year, mowing people down again. What do you do to kind of disrupt that, and how were you able to get yourself over the hump and get your team over the hump there in the 6th?
I felt pretty good all game seeing it. He was kind of throwing the pitches I was expecting him to throw.
Yeah.
Because we saw him earlier this year, and he had my number the whole game. Like, he struck me out the first 2 times I faced him on sliders, and I don't think he's thrown me a fastball for a strike any of the times I faced him. So I was just only looking slider, and he threw me a slider for a strike.
And you were able to.
And people were on for me, so it was just nice.
Well, and that's something that you guys have done well consistently throughout the year, is maybe those rare instances where the hits aren't coming, you're still getting guys on base.
Yeah.
And as you know, guys like you and Mike and you know, even Ian that can drive in runs like that, that's got to open your eyes up a little bit when you know you're going to get those opportunities, right?
Yeah, no, it just makes it a lot easier. And with getting Dennis back too.
Right.
Like, you can just put him in at the 7-hole when he started off the year as our 3-hole hitter.
Right.
So it's just like, I don't know, it just makes it a lot easier just having the trust in the guy behind you to do their job. If obviously you don't plan on not doing it, but it just kind of eases it back a little bit.
And we'll talk about Dennis getting inserted into the lineup because he hits 2 home runs against Delaware Tech in the first game on Friday. You weren't playing in that game, but I mean, that to see him back in the lineup and immediately asserting himself, a couple home runs, a double, it's got to give you that confidence in your line and the lineup up and down that anybody at any point can do something.
Yeah, no, it's just you just have trust throughout the whole game. You never lose, like, you don't lose the energy of being the number 1 seed or having the you're supposed to win or whatever, because you just have the confidence that you've done it all year. Because a lot of the time at the start of the year, it felt like all our wins were comeback wins, and we were giving up a lot of the time when we were ahead. So we have, like, the confidence to come back no matter what the score or the situation is.
Sure. And then let's talk about Saturday's game. Pretty tight contest. Was 3-2. You step up or have a guy on. What pitch do you see? And you're able to take it to left field. What kind of happened on that at bat?
Oh, it was just on Saturday, you said?
Yeah, on Saturday's game.
It was just a fastball up in the zone, and it was first pitch, so it was what I was really looking for. Just kind of my eyes got big. So.
Yep.
It just felt good the first at bat. I just missed one, so then that at bat, it just
got
got my weight back a little bit more.
Even in that first at bat, you end up getting a sac fly, get a run home, and that it felt like that home run was kind of the kickstart to what you guys needed as the game went on. You know, you came up later in the 6th inning, and another 2-run home run kind of really broke things open, and then Christian hit one as well in that inning. But it felt like, especially on a weekend where you guys maybe weren't hitting as much as maybe you had been accustomed to as the season went on, that game felt like everything kind of came together offensively for you guys.
Yeah, no, it definitely felt nice. I don't think there was anyone that didn't hit a ball really hard that game at some point.
Well, and you talked a little bit about what Dennis does in terms of kind of adding to the lineup. You can insert him there. But even from a defensive standpoint, it felt like you guys were kind of all over the place with Ian playing at third. You played some time at first. You were at cat. Like, how does that kind of figure into where are you guys kind of more in your natural spots now?
Yeah, now everyone's at where they started the year at and took all the reps before the season at. And it just all, like, even like running plays and stuff, like different plays, first and third, pickoff plays, bump coverage, like it's kind of natural now rather than it being like thinking rather than just doing.
And I've marveled at how you guys are kind of deep at those positions, at kind of those corner infielders, and like between you and Mike and even Cole, and like you've got 3 solid catchers that you can use. I mean, that's got to be a luxury to have as a team when you know you've got those guys kind of lined up, and any one of you can kind of step in and make something happen.
Yeah, no, and Spencer too, because he played first a lot this year too. He did a really good job. He's another guy who just walks all the time. Like, he gets on base almost.
Walks all the time.
Even if he's not hitting it, he
gets hit by a pitch all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gotten hit by a pitch more than he's actually gotten bats on the ball.
Yeah, he gets hit a lot.
You have caught a lot more lately, obviously, as people have gotten healthier and all that. what's the relationship like between you and not even any specific pitcher, but just the pitcher in general, especially at this level where guys probably have a couple more pitches they can throw. You're probably kind of trying to orchestrate a little more in terms of like what pitch to throw, where to go, all that. What's that kind of give and take between the catcher and the pitcher at this level?
It's definitely a thing about being comfortable with the guy, and you just want the pitcher to be as comfortable as possible too. Like I always tell him, like, you can shake me off with it whenever. Just
right.
I want you to throw the pitcher most confident in, and I don't know. I've just gotten used to a lot of the pitchers. We've had everyone since the spring or the fall this year, so
right.
I've seen everyone's stuff, catching and hitting, so I know what it looks like out of their hand when I'm in the box too.
Do you feel like being a catcher gives you almost an advantage at the plate too, in terms of what you think you're going to see or what you think a pitcher can throw?
Probably a little bit. You can kind of go into the mind of the other catcher, I guess. Yeah.
And so maybe even a little more plate discipline too, in terms of what you
also
think?
I guess sometimes I always think that the ump has my back a little bit. So if it's a close call, hopefully he'll not ring me up since he has to be back there with me all game.
It's your average has climbed the last couple weeks. What has been working for you? Are you seeing things better? What can you kind of chalk it up to?
I really don't know. I just wasn't hitting the ball hard for a while, and then I switched bats and everything was fine.
Okay, so that must have been what it was.
Yeah, no, it probably just gave me a little bit of confidence and just stopped doubting myself so much and just felt good.
So you guys obviously got the win in the region here, and now coming up this weekend, district championship, facing 3 teams you've already seen. Obviously Delaware Tech, you guys have faced them a bunch. UConn Avery Point, faced them 4 times this year. Sullivan also in the mix. I mean, there has to be a certain level of confidence knowing that whatever you get out of these games, you have seen these teams before, right?
Yeah, we know what we're getting. We know that if we play the type of baseball we can play, we can definitely beat all these teams. But we know in the same thing, Avery Point beat us twice. Doe Tech hasn't beat us yet, but they've definitely given us some good games.
Yeah.
So, and then Sullivan, I'm pretty sure we were losing that game at the start of it. So we just got to come out and play our ball, and then no matter the situation, not try to get too amped up just because it's playoffs. We just got to be ourselves on the field.
Right. We're talking with Eric Ludwick, our Lackawanna College Athlete of the Week here on Falcons Corner. So you're from Bethlehem, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're one of several people from Bethlehem Liberty, it feels like, on the team.
Yeah.
Was that a conscious effort by you guys to come here, or how did that work out?
Me and Brandon both came here out of high school, and then so the other 2 kids didn't really like the schools they were at last year, so we just convinced them to come here this year.
Yeah. I mean, there's a strong Lehigh Valley contingent, it feels like, on the team.
Yeah, definitely.
With you guys there. What are you studying here at Lackawanna?
Business.
Now, did you graduate just this past weekend?
Yes, I did.
Well, congratulations on that as well.
Thank you.
Big weekend for you, right?
Yeah.
What do you want to do with your business degree? I mean, after Lackawanna College, do you want to play at the next level? What's kind of your goal with that?
Hopefully transfer to a different college from here.
Sure.
Because I already graduated from here, so I don't really have much more.
Right, yeah, of course.
So go somewhere else, and then probably start studying finance more specifically, or something along those lines.
What do you want to do? You know, obviously besides baseball, what do you want to do with your degrees? Like, do you want to own a business? What's kind of your goal?
I want to become a financial advisor, and then maybe open up my own firm. See where it takes me from there.
Has that always kind of been something you've been interested in, like numbers and like that kind of stuff?
Oh, yeah. Ever since I was in high school, I've kind of just always went towards doing that.
Okay. Really cool. Who's out of all the pitchers that we have on staff, who's the toughest one to catch for?
Toughest one to catch for? I'll go Mitchell Jolicoe.
Okay.
He doesn't really pitch much. I've only ever called him once, but it was definitely the worst bullpen anyone threw.
Was he all over the place? Or?
I don't know if he threw anything not in the dirt. Well, hey, he's an outfielder. So
that's not his normal number one thing. When I was talking to Christian a couple weeks ago, I mentioned that it seems like you guys just have a really strong bond as a team. That there's a lot of camaraderie and just togetherness that you'll see typically in teams that are performing well, but I feel like it's even elevated with you guys. Is that kind of the sense you get? Definitely.
It just feels like everyone's doing it for the guy after him or next to him. Like, no one's really playing selfishly, especially at this point in the year. Like,
right.
We've all come together, and everyone, if they don't do bad, they're not upset for themselves. They're upset because they're letting the other guys down, and no one wants to let someone who you think is going to have your back down. So
right. What brought you to Lackawanna College?
Coach McCary. I think he knew my travel coach that I was playing for, so then we just kind of got in contact through there,
and then it just kind of blossomed from there.
Came on a visit, and then he got me to come.
What was it like meeting him for the first time and kind of getting to talk to him and know him for a little bit?
Oh, he's really nice, and you can just tell he's always honest, and he's not going to lie to you about stuff, and he's just very upfront.
Did you appreciate that? Like
yeah, definitely
having that kind of upfront about things.
Mm-hmm.
So what? I mean, you kind of talked about it before going into this weekend. It's just about playing the baseball you guys know you can. I mean, what are you? What obviously the goal is to win these games. Whatever's in front of you guys. What are your expectations? What do you want to see this weekend?
I just hope we can. If we just win those 2 games on Friday, we have to play one less game than everyone already, and then we're in an even better place than I think we already are.
Right.
So.
And
we can do that.
How clutch is it for you guys to play at home too at spring?
Oh, it's so much, but we don't got to stay in a hotel. Our parents and family get to come watch us, and we know the field. I don't know. I just enjoy playing there.
Yeah. Well, we've gotten you guys do pretty good job maintaining it. Do you feel like you're getting a green thumb at all from all the field work you guys do out there? Or are you not the bug hasn't bit you yet? You're still. No,
I'm still. It's all good. If as long as we don't get any bad hops, it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of field maintenance you guys do, and you guys do a good job. We get lots of compliments on it down there too. So,
thank you.
Well, congratulations to you. Big weekend for you with graduation and Athlete of the Week and winning the region championship and tournament MVP and all that. But as we keep talking about, another weekend to go here with districts. So. Congrats. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more here on Falcons Corner. Take flight.
You know, going to college is a lot more than just about getting an education. It's a life experience.
It's personal growth.
Connections that last a lifetime.
It's memories that are everlasting and experiences that you could have never imagined. It's an education that will change your life forever.
This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
We are back on the Falcons Corner. We got to get a camera.
Yeah, I know. He likes being just the voice behind it all too much.
That was fantastic. That was fantastic. We're back.
You just brought that to a new level.
Voice of the Falcons, Mike Rickert. Good guy to know.
Legitimately made my day.
Co-host,
oh my God, that's awesome.
Berg, and then I don't know what that is. That's the SID back there. Dancing Tom.
You say dancing thing, I think of like the bear that would come out on like the late night shows and they just dance around. Oh my God.
But we're back.
All
we
right.
want to congratulate all our graduation
last weekend.
And so all of our graduating students, all of our graduating Falcons, and especially our student athletes, because not only are they in the classroom all the time, they're great at practice and competing.
It was great to see like a lot of the pictures of those kids, and you're like, oh, he's graduating, or hey, I'm glad they did it, or she did it, and it was cool to see. And like you said, it's just a huge accomplishment. So really proud of all of them.
Yep. So congratulations.
The live stream was great too.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. So wherever their future takes them, there'll always be forever Falcons. So we think they might have missed a lot of the guys, and ladies that are leaving and stuff too. So. LackawannaFalcons.com/store for all of your
you got it,
for all of your Falcons goods, and then
good time to buy some stuff.
And we're getting closer and closer to the golf tournament. Yeah,
still scheduled for June 5th. Kind of taking a little bit of a back seat since with all the stuff that we've had going on. But just this morning, I got a phone call from a former player foursome in the tournament. They're like a 3-time winner.
Okay.
Joe Spano at Spano Construction, and he's like, "Of course we're in."
All right, good.
He got the emails and stuff like that. We just hadn't had a chance to touch base. So, we're up over like that 75 threshold. We only had 77 last year.
Right.
Actually, I think 72. And we haven't made that final 2-week push of, "Hey, I didn't get your stuff yet. what's up?
What's up?
You know what I mean? So
is Ferg going to play this year, or are you just going to be out taking pictures again?
I think I'm going to be taking pictures.
Oh,
okay.
Ferg. All right.
That's all right. We need that.
I'm left-handed. I need special.
I swing left-handed. You can share my clubs.
I go lefty and righty. Memory serves. But yeah, looking for a great day. You know, some more information will be coming out in the upcoming days, and still sponsorships available. You know, we're really looking forward to that, so it really can go back to help athletics, and more importantly, all the money we raise goes directly back into experiences, you know, for the student athletes in some capacity, whether it's equipment, offsetting some travel costs, you know, things of that nature.
Right.
You know what I can do, Mike? I can be like the opposite of like paying to have a pro hit your ball. Pay to have me hit your ball, and I'll like slice it.
And take your chance.
Yeah.
You might have the one good shot of the day.
You could be like the travel mulligan. All right,
he's good for one shot a day.
Ferg, you get out to number 16 tee. Now someone's paying $5 to hit their ball.
Well, you're guaranteed one good shot a day. That could be yours.
Yes, exactly. You know, we'll take it.
Or a play against the pro hole.
Yeah, there
that's
you go.
It.
Exactly.
Nice little par 3.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Good. Awesome. So we definitely will be back for one more week on the Falcons Corner.
Without a doubt.
Maybe another, depending on how our Falcons do this weekend.
If we do one more, we might be doing it from the road.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
hopefully, actually 2 more. 2 more would be on the road, maybe. So hopefully we get to that point. But follow LackawannaFalcons.com.
Yep.
All the updates.
Yep. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Everything.
Yeah. All right. LackawannaFalcons.com/live for the games. Better yet, it's at least Friday. It's going to be beautiful. Come on Friday. Come on Saturday and stuff too. Hopefully we're still playing on Saturday. All right. Best of luck to baseball.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll be back next week. Take flight.